AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It's week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Dallas Cowboys taking on the New Orleans Saints.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gautin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And this coaching staff has to be pleased with how their defense played last week. They held their opponents to 3 points, and that was it. If they get anything comparable to that performance, this one's in the bag.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So, I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
That's to the sideline and incomplete. We take a peek at the list of inactives for this week's game. And, gosh, this early in the season, Charles, injuries already accumulating for this squad.
You got to wonder in this organization, are they just saying to themselves, well, hopefully we're just getting them out of the way early so we can make a late season push when we have everyone back. It certainly feels that way with the number of injuries they've had already.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Back to throw now on first down. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 41-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. You look at this Cowboy defense. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
We know it's only week 1, but the results look pretty good so far. The key is, can they do it week in and week out? Because right now, they're not awarding any championships or trophies after 1 week of performance. Got some nice young faces playing for them. Let's see if they can get this going.
This defense for the Cowboys, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Yeah, they held them completely out of the end zone, just held them to a field goal. So they're not just hoping for a repeat here. They're hoping to do it even better. A shutout is their goal.
And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be 4th down. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Good field position to start the drive after the missed field goal. Here's 1st down from the 42. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. These are his numbers from last week's contest. Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Here's 2nd and 7. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3rd and 3.
Let's go. 56. Mike, 56.
They go play action with rush. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a 1st.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground,
a leap, and he will make the catch. Touchdown, Cowboys. C.D. Lamb, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cowboys get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's finished off by the touchdown from C.D. Lamb. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down. Again, it's Kamara. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 34-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
A man who started collegiately in state at TCU, it's Kendre Miller. And he'll go down at the 28.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll drop to throw. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 3 yards on 1st, 4 on 2nd, and now 5 on 3rd down. Move the sticks. He'll look to throw. That is caught. It's Dante Pettis. Touchdown, Saints. Dante Pettis, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Groupie able to add the PAT. And we are tied at 7. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And able to get this out to the 25. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And the Cowboys going to bring on Brian Anger to punt on 4th down. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
2nd and 11. And it's incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and it'll bring up 3rd down. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coaching the...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And here's a handoff out of the gun. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. A great play there. His 1st rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. And, boy, that was a heavy set. I think they had 3 tight ends out there. The fullback, you knew what they were going to do.
Yeah, they weren't trying to fool anybody at all, were they? There was none of this show-you heavy set, bootleg it out. Nah. Big guys up front, hand it to the big guy in the backfield.
Aubrey now for the point after. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. So out of way. Pettis now from his end zone. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the pressure gets there. He'll go down. It's a sack. And it is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. On 4th down, the Saints turn to their new man, Matthew Hayball, to punt. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 33. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Throwing here, Rush. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Hands it off out of the gun.
Give him what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 43 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
2nd and 10. Back to throw, Rush. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. To throw is Rush. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin just outside Washington at Commanders Field in Landover. And it's the Giants who are out in front in the second quarter. Drew Lock has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we head on over to Wisconsin to check on the Packers at home at Lambeau Field. And they've got the lead over the visiting Colts as that one's gone to halftime. Josh Jacobs, well over 100 yards on the ground with a pair of touchdown runs. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And that one all even as they play the visiting Bucs.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Saints. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Well, CD, that's one of those plays you put a mark by. I mean, and now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
It's caught at the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Here's Rush to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jalen Tolbert, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Aubrey good with a PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score. I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time, and that's another great play to come away with the football.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On second down, Kamara. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long. Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. Not easy being a rookie left tackle in this league, and there they got it for the penalty.
Not easy at all. Think about what you're dealing with every game you play. Ostensibly, the best pass rusher is over you on every snap. I'd be a little jumpy myself.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Chauncey Golston with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And taken at the 46. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They played the Browns last week, got the victory in that game, and so far so good as they've got a man to bring him down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. Rush. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown! Jake Ferguson. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Yeah, I tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you, no question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Inside the 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Aubrey good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Now a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll look to throw again. Another catch for Valdez-Scantling. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 27-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense can take example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Back to throw again. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Chauncey Golston picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Cowboys' defense is going to get them the football back. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dab. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
On 2nd down, here's Rush. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Saints force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That was a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Micah Parsons getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. He's got his target. That's complete. Conversion.
It's a gain of 17 yards. 50 to Mike. 50 to Mike.
They'll set up to throw.
Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
Now a 2nd and 2.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Looking to throw. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a 1st down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. Now back to throw. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Malik Hooker.
And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
This was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially how much they were humming in the 2nd half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
And so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute both sides of the ball. You go back in the locker room and you just savor it, right? Because that's what football's all about. A true team game, and they got it done in this one.
So for Dallas, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.